All right, we are live at the moment. Give it a
All
second
right,
until we
all
get
right,
some people in.
all right, all right. I'll grab my water.
Yeah, I got mine somewhere around here. It should be live right now.
Yeah, I just got the alert on my phone.
Got you. Bro, why are you? All right, yeah, we're live right now. So I got a phone call.
Yeah, making sure I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, I almost ruined the stream. I was finna get hot. I'm putting on D&D right now. Hello.
Welcome to the stream. We got 5 people watching right now.
Yeah, thank you guys for tapping in. We'll wait for a
It's
couple.
been a crazy weekend.
Yeah,
It's been just literally 3 days.
I know we've had damn near like 5 diss tracks in the last 48 hours,
Yeah.
which is
Oh.
nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I think we had a feeling that Drake was gonna have to respond. And hey, the time is here.
Part 6.
Art Part 6. Yep. Ethan, what do you think of this, man? What do you think of it so far?
I think as just like I'm with you. I think Drake needed to respond quick. I'm not quickly. I would have liked him to take his time because I think after Not Like Us dropped yesterday, I think his only move left was to make a timestamp record. Like that timestamp rappy rap version of Drake is what we've been asking for this entire time. And he tried to I'm too cool for school us with making a hit and all this type of stuff with Family Matters, which was great, and Push Ups, which was great as well. But we wanted him to rap. And he finally decided to do that. And it was okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling, man. Because like, it was because we knew he had to respond to the allegations, and it's basically just him denying everything. Which, I mean, of course, he has to maintain his image. So, I mean, I thought it was okay. I don't think there was anything that like really made me like, whoa. He's really doubling down on the fact that Dave Free is the father of Kendrick Lamar's son. Um, yeah, I really don't know what to like take from this. To me, it just feels like Drake is kind of like fanning down the flames, like trying to like cool off some of the momentum that Kendrick was getting. Like just had to kind of nip it in the bud, while it's still, the song just dropped like a day ago. So,
And it's a hit, by the way.
Yeah. Man.
I mean, I'm not shooting some bail, but I'm gonna be completely try to be my best to be objective here. I thought he didn't need to respond. It's kind of a double-edged sword when you start mentioning like, pedophilia and sexual harassment allegations. Like, how do you respond correctly on social media, especially when you're as big of a star as him? So I'm not really gonna hammer it home too hard or get on his ass too much about like, oh, he denied it in a rap song, but it was a convincing type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really, if he did it, we'll find evidence of it. The people that should find evidence will find it, but I'm gonna let him go. I'm with you on the fact that he's doubling down. Like he's fully doubling down on this beef. This is not a Pusha T situation where like he just wants no parts of it, even though he went on to continue dissing him for the next 4 or 5 years, him and Kanye. He's doubling down on the fact that Kendrick allegedly beat his wife and one of his sons isn't his. And kind of the same way I'm going to treat it the same way I treated when Kendrick said that stuff about him. Hey, man, whoever can find actual physical proof besides he said, she said, then we can have that different conversation. But strictly from like a rapping perspective, I thought he got in the mud. He's fully in this, like, this is now taken outside of rap. Now this is fully like, this is beef,
Yeah.
right? And that's really all I have to it. It kind of sounds like to me he's not necessarily waving the white flag, but he's very much taking his ball and going home. Like, yeah, I'm done with this for now.
That's kind of what I like. The tone of the end of the track kind of gave me that same idea of that, like, unless Kendrick has something like substantial to say, Drake's probably not gonna like even bother putting anything out from here on out. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said on the TikTok I just made, I'm not sure. Like, I didn't know if Drake was gonna drop literally the day that you said that he was gonna drop. And literally, I know Kendrick was going to drop right after that, and then another one right after that. So, like, this whole thing has been unpredictable, and it's interesting to see where it'll go. But to me, it just feels like Drake is definitely like fanning down the flames, like trying to get out of this, trying to, create a little separation from the situation. Yeah. I'm just interested to see what Kendrick's going to do now, because Kendrick, I think, determines what Drake's next move is. How's Kendrick going to take this record?
I think it's hard to tell, because me personally, if I was in Kendrick's corner, like, you proved all that you have to do in this beef. Like, you answered the questions of if you're battle tested, if you're not. You went the hit route, you did it. Like, as far as I'm talking about, like, as far as what we needed in a rap battle to see from Kendrick, we saw it.
Yeah. So how do we feel about Drake saying that, like, he put out the information that he had a daughter and that Kendrick took the bait and like used it and created basically a whole track on a lie that Drake apparently made up? I don't know if I fully believe that.
I believe the fact that he fed him fake information about the daughter. Because the way I see it, right, Family Matters was Drake's red button. Like, that was his nuke, and Meet the Grams was Kendrick's nuke. That was the track that Kendrick had been sitting on for the past 4 or 5 years. That was the track. It had some spots maybe that he had to fill in the blanks from push-ups, but that was the nuke. And I think Kendrick got that info about the fake daughter, and he put it right in the song. And I think Drake's right. Like, you got too trigger happy. The problem is, like, the fans don't care anymore. Like, Joe Budden put it really well. Like, yes, the fact of whether it's true or not matters, right? But Kendrick already put that idea in people's heads. He already got the moment from it.
Yeah.
The best equivalent I can see is like in sports, right? A player scores gets a bucket, but it was probably an offensive foul. But you can't go back and take away the bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like in soccer, a goal is scored, but like VR check happens, it's still a goal. But then, like, after the game, we look and we're like, it was offside. You know what I'm saying? Like, the damage is already done.
Yeah.
Do I believe the other aspect of him planting the Maybach gloves and all that shit? That I don't believe, not one bit. That I don't believe, not one bit. Like I said, I think at that point, Drake was kind of just getting Twitter conspiracies and putting them in a verse.
So is Drake on Ozempic?
I don't know. I do think that, I do think that picture is real, though. I do think that picture is real. I think the daughter info is fake, but I don't think it was like all this stuff was like meticulously planned to throw Kendrick off his game. Because the way I see it, right, if you planned the fake info for Kendrick, besides the fact of the daughter, right, but the pictures of the gloves and all that, why wouldn't he have a song already ready to go for when Kendrick dropped a response to Family Matters. Do I think he thought Kendrick was going to drop 10 minutes after he did? No, I didn't.
I don't think anyone expected. I mean, I'm sure people did. There are a few people who predicted that. I think you were in that camp.
I thought he was going to, I think he was going to drop pretty soon. I don't think 10 minutes. But I don't know. It feels like the battle's over. Like, don't get me wrong, the beef is going to be here for a minute. Drake's going to be subbing, not even subbing, he's going to do direct shots to Kendrick on the next 3 projects. Same with Rick Ross and ASAP and Future and Metro. The beef isn't done. This battle is over with, though. As far as them, he gets a record, I get a record, he gets a record, I get a record type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't think Kendrick's done?
Kendrick's going to keep dissing the fuck out of him for sure, too. But as far as Kendrick,
that's why I feel like so on edge, especially like since this weekend when we recorded the pod. I was like, I got to keep my phone on and like keep Twitter ready because one of these guys could drop at any moment. And that's kind of what happened today, too. You just called me out of the blue. Drake just dropped. And I'm just like wondering if we're going to get that same thing, like literally when we stop the stream 30 minutes from now or something, Kendrick drops another track.
I think Kendrick's going to. What I think he should do, I think he should let it go. Not let it go, but like Kendrick, the battle's won. Kendrick won. Final scorecard is 4-2 because it did get proven that the daughter stuff was a lie. Not proven, but I think we can use context. That daughter would have showed up already. It's like I said, it's 4-2, but the damage has already been done. He stomped all over Family Matters, and Family Matters is a great record. But the problem is, it was all out of air. He took the air out the room with that. Then Not Like Us came yesterday, and like Family Matters and Meet the Grams kind of washed each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Not Like Us was kind of Kendrick ending up on top. Like this record happened, the Heart Part 6 happened, and Drake said his final piece with this at the moment, but this is done.
I believe so too. And I don't know. We try to be objective on this channel, I feel like, for the most part, right? Again, I don't have a horse in this race. I enjoy both of these guys, their music, their catalogs, all this stuff. I don't know how anyone could like look at what happened through all of this. And if this is the last of like the battle, I don't know how anyone can say that Drake won this. And I don't know, but somehow people thought he won the Pusha T beef too. But
yeah. No, and it's like the more I think about it too, it's like a lot of people are fucking stupid on the internet. Like Drake planned that whole meticulous video. It's like damn near a mini documentary for Family Matters. And he didn't think to record a mini documentary if he was giving Kendrick fake info. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Kendrick, like, to break it down for our people watching here, Kendrick's main angle this whole time is don't believe anything Drake says. He's a liar. That's what I think. He's a phony. He's a fake. He's a liar. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to show you how he's a phony and he's a fake by coming up with all these small things, coming with these small things that he's lied about in the past that I can 100% prove. Then when I come with my heavy hitters, a la Meet the Grams and Not With Us, you have to believe it because I'm more believable than Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talked about that the night Meet the Grams came out. It was just the aspect of like, we know a lot more about Drake. We know what like he's done. So it was a lot more believable coming from Kendrick that he had another kid that he was hiding. And even though it's not true, well, according to Drake, it's not true. I don't know. That adds a really weird dynamic into it of Drake did lie about the daughter thing and Kendrick did fall for the bait and like made a whole song about it. So I think that's something that Drake like mentioned in the lyrics too about like how those two records basically, not that they don't mean anything, but like they mean significantly less now that like it's not true that he has a daughter, you know?
Yeah.
The impact is still there, obviously. Like there's still great tracks, but I don't know. That's just
You know
that's
what?
gonna be like another part of the story, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? That, like they wash each other. That's basically what it did. Like
Yeah.
they wash each other, and it's kind of like Family Matters is not going to be remembered because Kendrick dropped 10 minutes after. Kendrick stole the show. Kendrick stole the night. With Family Meet the Grams, is it going to get like top 4 diss track of all time? You know, how many type of mentions like added on because it wasn't true. Not the main bit. One of the main bits about it is that it's not true.
Yeah.
Like Drake does not have a secret daughter. Again, if Kendrick take a picture with the daughter and put it as the cover of the next diss track, we can call this a 4-0 sweep and let's wrap this shit up. I don't ever Aubrey
Yeah,
Drake
go
is
home.
go home. But that's not gonna happen. But like I said, I just feel like Drake was doing a lot of capping in that. Even in the energy in the song, it sounds like he can't be bothered. Like, I have to do this. And Kendrick lied, but y'all don't believe me. So I'm just gonna say it on record one more time and I'll leave it at that. Like, it's still fuck him, it's still fuck everybody, but I'm done with this whole beef thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's it's just like a miscalculation on Drake's part. Like, it sounded doing wrong. It sounds like Drake doesn't like Kendrick either. Like, I think they're both haters for each other. But it sounded like Drake and his fans thought that Kendrick, since we never seen him in battle form, that the lights were going to be too bright for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I mean, like, we talked about it the other night too, of like, we always felt like Kendrick was gonna like jump off the ledge first. Like he was gonna be the one to take it way further in that. I mean, I didn't know Drake was gonna retreat, but this is kind of what it's like seeming like, of like, here's one more punch. I gotta get out of here, live to fight another day. That's kind of the approach I'm seeing on this track. And that there aren't going to be a lot more punches thrown from Drake in the immediate future.
No, there isn't. I think, like I said, for all Kendrick's a Gemini. And he's shown that he's a crash shot. So Kendrick could respond tomorrow morning and be like, I got the last word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, I think Kendrick, the only real loser in this is Drake.
Yeah.
Like, as far as narrative and public opinion, and just like the strategy of the battle, Drake lost.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he had a solid plan. The problem is that he got out. It's hard. He got out interneted by Kendrick.
Yep.
That's really what it comes down to. Like, because you have the people that don't like Drake and Kendrick fans who might overlap, but they're going against Drake.
Yeah.
And Kendrick, diehard Kendrick fans have this kind of high horse thing about him that is just the antithesis of what they think Drake represents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this battle is over. We have a winner. Like, I don't want to hear none of this revisionist history of like, well, they're both lying, so they're both even in the battle. No, the battle's over. We have a winner. Kendrick
Hey,
won,
because also this is something else we just need to consider. Who rapped better throughout this whole thing? In my opinion, I don't think it was close. I think Kendrick totally out-rapped Drake.
Nah, I think it's a lot closer than people think. I just think it's just styles. But I'm with you. I think it's a lot closer. I think Kendrick out-rapped Drake. I think it's a lot closer than people think.
Yeah. Okay. You know,
he's not a wash as far as the rapping ability.
And that's the one thing I will say about Drake is that Drake did bring his A game. I think he really did.
Do you think this was his A game?
Yeah. I mean, I think he put out some really good tracks. The problem is that Drake did fine during this exchange and everything. But Kendrick was a step ahead the whole time, and he's just
Kendrick controlled the narrative.
Yeah,
Kendrick controlled the narrative.
He really did the whole time.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, this because a lot of people they're new to this, right? So, welcome to our recording. We're gonna break this down for y'all. There's a lot of stuff that goes into beef besides who rap better. That it really is. It's how you present the battle.
Yeah.
It's how you're able to control the narrative, which is a new one because of the internet, right? It's how you're able to control the narrative. It's who can get in the mud first and who can get like dirtier in it. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and like just everything from the start it was a bait. It was a bait to get Drake out.
I
Like, don't
mean,
get me wrong, they've
that's
had
the thing.
it.
It was like a coordinated attack since like that. It was like Kendrick, Metro, Future, they all knew what they were doing, and Kendrick knew exactly what he was doing when he got into this. Do you believe the rumor that like Kendrick had like 19 minutes ready to go, and that these are the songs from the 19 minutes?
Yes, bro. The Meet the Grams, I believe it's a 4-year-old track. I believe that was the nuke that Kendrick has been crafting, like a piece of like some nice art, like a Picasso painting for the last 4 or 5 years, ready for when I go for Drake. This is the one, and I just need the finishing touch. I need the gotcha moment, right? And you're right. Like this is it, man. Like the battle's over. We have a winner. Don't let Drake fans get it twisted. This battle is over.
Does not mean the war is over.
No, they're gonna keep beefing for the rest of their careers. This is it. But like, let's just break this down. From like that, he was never shooting at Cole. He was never shooting at Cole. He was always shooting at Drake. That one I gotta own up to. I thought that he was shooting at both of them, more so Drake than Cole, but nonetheless, I said it.
I think J. Cole just kind of got caught up in the crossfire because I think it all started because of third-person shooter. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it started because of it. I think first-person shooter was just like Kendrick's in. You know what I'm saying? It gave Kendrick his 13th reason to get in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And what it felt like to me, Cole's this in hindsight, now that it's 2020, it feels like when you show up to the lunchroom or in a group chat with your friends and everyone's roasting each other, and they're like, "Oh my god, like, oh, look at such and such, she got a fat ass forehead," or "Look at such and such, he's short as fuck," and then the other guy goes like, "Yeah, well, your sister's a whore." And Cole,
and then everyone looks around.
Yeah, like, not everybody. Cole looks around like, "Oh, I thought we were just making jokes about, like, feet and hey, who's ugly." Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out. That's exactly what this was.
He made a business decision. And
yeah. Don't get me wrong. Cole got caught in the crossfire, and he is somewhat a loser in this because I'm with you. If Cole doesn't,
I don't know. I feel like he's a winner in this.
No.
I mean, like, okay, I wouldn't say a winner, but like, I saw a tweet that made me laugh a lot. That J. Cole must feel like he just got the last helicopter out of Nam.
Yeah, that's what this was.
And I mean, that's exactly how I would feel if I was in J. Cole's position, where he's like, oh, I was just trying to rap. I'm not really here for the messy personal shit. So if we're looking at it from that perspective, yeah, he's a winner. He didn't have any of his deepest, darkest secrets exposed. People aren't talking down on his character. But from the rap and just like the competitive hip hop, nature, yeah, he's definitely a loser, because how are you going to step into the ring and then back out? But I don't know. I feel like there was definitely a conversation between those two, J. Cole and Kendrick, where Kendrick called J. Cole and was like, "Listen, dude, it's about to get nasty. This is not what you signed up for."
That's what I think. I think Kendrick really called him on the side and was like, "Yo, if me and you want to do the friendly fade, we can do that. Like, we can just rap as an exhibition. But I want him behind you, and I'm sick of him. And what we're about to set up for him, unless you want parts in it, you need to move out the way." And I think Cole said,
yeah, because I mean, like, even with the J. Cole diss track, we thought that it was kind of like, oh, he didn't really say anything, because we figured that J. Cole wouldn't want to take it anywhere. He was dissing his discography, which, again, it's Kendrick's discography. So J. Cole, I mean, you could tell that J. Cole was trying to keep it friendly but competitive, was just trying to rap his ass off. And I think he had the right intention, but then he saw how nasty it was about to get, and was
he took his hands out of it. I'm with you. I'm with you. But then Drake, I think this was one of Drake's first miscalculations, is him doing push-ups, which is a great record, but him going like, "Oh, come on, like that, like, you're not getting out of this one. Like, me and you are gonna shoot the fade on this record. Like, you're not getting out of this." Thinking that Kendrick was gonna be too bright for the lights.
He was not.
He was not. And when Drake saw that Kendrick finally came outside, he came outside too. The problem was he didn't know that he had 17 nuclear warheads in the tuck, ready to stomp out everything he did.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
It's the strategy all along. Kendrick had a better strategy, and that's what it's ultimately going to come down to. Because if we just, like you said, nullify all of the allegations that were thrown from both of them, you just got to look at it from the music standpoint. And I think Drake just was a step behind the whole time. The Family Matters was not as impactful as it should have been
because of Meet the Grams.
Exactly. And even though Meet the Grams, like we've already talked about, is going to be tarnished in some way because of it being solely based on a lie, or one of the verses being based on a lie, again, it took all of the momentum away from Family Matters. So that's got to be a point for Kendrick. And you consider all of the other things that he did throughout this battle. Again, I just find it hard. If anyone throughout this YouTube stream or anything comments and says that Drake won this beef, I mean, you're kidding yourself. Let's
you know what I'm saying, like we can be honest here, right? If you still I think Drake's a better rapper, then cool. Like, I mean,
yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. Yeah,
you can have your opinion. If you think Drake out rap Kendrick on a lot of this stuff, cool. Like, I want to hear the argument, but like,
I think you're wrong, but
you know what I mean? I think I do think it's closer than what a lot of people think.
Mm-hmm.
But this battle is over. And that's one thing from Drake too. I don't want to in 10 months when you decide to come back, I don't want to hear another Drake a whole dedicated Kendrick diss. You can keep subbing him to death if you don't fucking like the guy. Who am I to tell you what to do? But you're bowing out. Like that last verse, that last line, the tone in your voice is like bro, like why are you like? It sounds so like why am I even bothered type of thing. Like there's no confidence in what you're saying at all. It's more annoyance.
He said, "Just let me know when we get into the facts." So it's like he's not going to respond unless Kendrick has something of substance to say. And that's exactly what you're saying. Is Drake sounds done with this. Like he took his L, he's taking his ball, and he's going home. And I think that was the best way you described it. Taking his ball and going home. Because, like, while he fought valiantly, I will give him. He lost. It's all right.
I feel like I'm not mad at him for catching joining the battle. Valiantly is hard because I don't think this is Drake's best effort, but I'm not going to be what Drake could have done because half this beef doesn't sound like he cares. He was memeing us to death for half of this beef. It took him into Heart Part 6 to actually decide to rap and get his bag. Like Push-Ups was cool, Family Matters was cool, but like we wanted timestamp Drake.
Yeah, well, we're probably not gonna get that. Sorry to burst the bubble, because that is usually when we're getting our best Drake verses, and that's the thing is like I feel like Drake did do a lot in this, but he was missing a lot of components, like you're saying. I still don't take away the situation that he was thrown into, though. Like Kendrick came at him with like that, and
it was a 20v1, and he got
20v1, and that he got like basically thrown into it. It's funny because like J. Cole probably kind of baited Drake into it too.
I think Drake definitely feels the type of way towards Cole.
Oh yeah,
about this. I think 1,000%. Because it's like, bro, you kind of like for the past year, we've been running around like me and you 1A, 1B type shit. And now when all these guys is coming for me, you're not gonna stand 10 toes with me?
Because they're not actually friends. I don't think.
You said the magic phrase. They're not friends.
They're not friends.
None of these guys are friends. I don't think Kendrick's friends with none of these guys. I really don't, bro. I really don't. None of these guys are friends with each other. We still haven't heard Future say anything since "We Don't Trust You."
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard Metro. He did you see the beat he put out?
BBL Drizzy, that was
Yeah, the
funny.
Drizzy BBL beat.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, we gotta find someone to rap over it, man. I think Metro was saying that there's like
free pack for whoever.
Yeah, free prize.
I saw that there's a rapper from Asia rapping over that shit. And I was dying fucking laughing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What else could we see next? Do you think we hear from Kendrick, or is it more likely we hear from maybe some of the other people that Drake dissed? Because we haven't heard anything from A$AP Rocky or The Weeknd, or
I think it's more likely we hear from them than Kendrick. Again, I could be fully wrong. And Kendrick's, like I said, he's shown that he's a crash out. Like he probably got like 10 shits left in his tuck. Because my thing is, like, at this point, even we're the point with Kendrick, we're like, all right, Kendrick, you control the narrative, right? Like, you're in the lead. You won this battle. Like, provide, like, to put the nail in the coffin for Kendrick, he needs proof of something.
Yeah.
Any one of the 3 allegations that he made, really, find the proof. And as far as public opinion, public perception of the battle, what history will say, this Kendrick Lamar is the winner. I still think he's the winner because Drake didn't do that either. Drake didn't debunk anything. Like you said, he did a lot of half-assing it on this record. He tried a little bit, I guess, as much as he could for the moment.
Yeah.
But this is over. I do think we get a Kendrick album by the end of this year.
I was just about to say he needs to capitalize on this momentum and release an album by the end of the year because as of right now, he's the top guy. He's the number 1 guy. So drop it. His music, his name is hotter than it's been in a while. Take advantage of it, man.
Yeah, I do think we get a Kendrick tape by the end of the year.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of music this summer, just in general.
Yeah, I think so too.
Assuming we'll probably hear from Rocky, The Weeknd. We'll hear from some of these guys too.
Yeah. No, like I said, this battle is done. I do think Kendrick, like I said, if Kendrick has any proof of this, that'll be his next move as far as like another diss record, because he's already checked in all the other boxes. Like he went the psychological route. He went the really, really disrespectful route. He went the hit route with Not With Us. Like he checked all the boxes. Unless he got proof, like then I don't really, not that I don't want to hear from him, but like as far as this battle, I'm kind of over hearing from Kendrick too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the way I feel about it too. Like, unless Kendrick does have something else to say, something substantial to add to this,
he said it all.
Be the end of it. Yeah, just take the W, and
you can keep talking shit to each other. You can keep talking shit to each other. Yeah, if y'all want. But as far as like, oh, you're a trigger warning. You're a pedophile, or you're a domestic abuser. As far as that, if one of these guys got proof, then drop it. If not, then let's shut up about this. As far as that angle goes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's that's probably the hardest part about all of this was it's funny because me and Dylan were talking about it yesterday. We were like, man, we were listening to Meet the Grams, and it's just like it's such an evil song. Like it's eerie as shit. And I think CB said it too. It's just like, man, maybe I'm too soft for this shit, man. Maybe all of these things being thrown around about the family. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like I said, and I'm not. Again, you Drake dick riders. We've been showing Drake a lot of patience with this stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's serious stuff being said on this record, and I'm not of the mindset of like, oh, it's going too far, guys. I'm just speaking as far as the substance of the music. Like, I don't care to hear any of more of this. Oh, you're a pedo, or you're a domestic abuser. Like, it was funny as far as like in a beef, but like unless y'all got proof, like talk about how much you are a better rapper than each other.
Yeah.
Like this is over with. I really like. I'm gonna double down. I don't think Kendrick responds on another full record. I think he's got an album coming. I think he'll respond on that, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like we'll probably hear, if we hear from anybody again, it'll be Kendrick. I think in order of people that we will hear from next, it'll be someone else in the camp. I think that's probably the most realistic, is someone else who is involved is going to respond first. And that means Weeknd, Rocky, Rick Ross, Future, Metro, one of these guys. Then Kendrick, then Drake. I think Drake is the least likely to say anything else about the matter, unless one of these other two options, unless they come up with something else. But like you said, I think the battle's over. The beef's probably not. Definitely not. I'm sure there's still going to be subliminals in their songs, like we've been saying. But yeah, this battle's, I think it's pretty much wrapped.
This battle's over, man. Hey, if anybody has like even the Mother I Sober line, like by Drake, like that's not even what the record is about. Like,
yeah,
Kendrick like didn't get, again, trigger warning, Kendrick didn't get molested. That's not what the record's about. Like, that's what makes me so icky about this. Like, the Heart Part 6 is like, when I first listened to it, I was like, okay, Drake's rapping, and then go back and listen to it. I'm listening to the tone in his voice, like he don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, he don't even care anymore, which is okay. If you don't care, then we'll call the battle and we can move our attention elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and even like at the end when he's trying to be like, oh, you think I'm a pedophile? Well, you got molested. It's like, is that really the bar we're gonna?
Yeah, and like, what kind of comparison is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, and I'm not gonna be the whole try to do think pieces about the record. Like, I know that whole part he just wanted to get uber disrespectful on, and he did. But this is over. The battle as far as over. I'm kind of over it. I had fun, right? I've been clamoring this for like 10 years as a rap fan.
Yeah,
it's been my biggest conspiracy theory, and I feel so vindicated in this being real. But after this weekend, man, great weekend, by the way. I'm over it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I'm over this. I'm over this. If anybody has any thoughts about this, I'm more than willing to hear them out. But I don't think we're being like goalpost movie on this. Like, we're not moving the goalposts for either one of these. We're just understanding that this battle took place on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's what it is.
I feel like we did a pretty good job of taking into account all of the different elements of this, like the music aspect of it, the personal aspect of it, like just considering all of the different things that you should consider. And again, I don't think either one of us are like Kendrick or Drake stans. So, you know, I feel like we both tried to look at this pretty objective. If you are in the chats or you watch this afterwards and you don't think so, let us
know. Comment, man.
DM, and we can talk about it on the show. But can we also take a moment to thank Drake and Kendrick for all of the content that we've been able to get off of this for the last couple of weeks.
we really appreciate. I mean, they gave us a moment that like outside of the beef. I appreciate both these gentlemen putting their careers on the line to give us this moment. Like,
give the fans what they wanted.
They gave us what they wanted, and we're never gonna see a rap battle like this for a very long time.
Yeah, or rappers of this caliber.
Because even if you look like the younger generation of rappers, none of them rap this well as have the popularity of an even young Kendrick or a young Drake. Like, you think we're gonna get a Gunna versus Playboy Cardi battle? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So enjoy it for what it is. Like I said, this weekend's been amazing. We're gonna have a new podcast episode coming out tomorrow, and it's gonna kind of be a little dated because the beef is kind of over with. But I feel like this will be the podcast episode for next week.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm sure we'll record one next week, and we could talk about some other stuff not Kendrick and Drake related, because I feel like a lot of our videos have been Kendrick and Drake related.
Unless we get something else in this battle.
Yeah. But hey, I guess that's the thing is we don't know. We're talking about this like it is over, might not be, but that's just the vibe we're both getting, I think. So, but I think this is where we're gonna start wrapping things up. Ready? You wanna say anything else?
No. Make sure to check out AWR on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Please subscribe, guys. We love making this content. We love making content for y'all.
Yeah. And all of the likes and subscribes and all that stuff helps us out a lot. And yeah, if you like this stuff, share it with a friend, share it with a lover. Ethan, anything else?
Nah, that's it, man. Let's end this bitch.
All right.
We'll catch y'all later.
Thank y'all for watching our recording. Peace.
Peace.